Alright, we're doing Shen versus GP now. This is a really interesting matchup. I think both can win this matchup. I think the biggest difference is on the Shen to play properly. Now let's get into it. Gangplank had to use his flash level 1 sadly, so that sucks for him. Overall, what you want to do with this game is early, if you can, you want to push. Pushing is advantageous in this laning phase. See what happens. I think GP should push too, but GP doesn't have flash now, so that's really risky of him, and maybe he can't push, so maybe that's a good choice for him not to do so. Now, the number one thing to note in this matchup, a lot of people won't know this. Let's go to the cooldowns quickly. Shen's Q is 8 seconds, his W is 18 seconds, his E is 18 seconds, and his ultimate is 190, whatever. Ultimate is irrelevant. And his passive is like 10 seconds. Now, what's important is Gangplank's passive is 15, that's not very important, but his Q is 5. And what you want to do is you always want to have your W or your passive to avoid Gangplank's Q, especially with grass procs, right? So that's your number one goal to play around this lane. Play around Gangplank's Qs. Don't take free damage. Take the CS. You can walk up all the way. You need to have your sword really close. You can fight him right now because you have level advantage. Oh, Tolkin. You hit a minion, dude. Bind the key so you don't hit minions like that. This was really, really bad played by Antonio as well. And it was a really bad sword too from Tolkin, but it works out at the end, right? Because he wastes his passive, now he takes a hit for free. That's why I said it was bad. I think this trade could have been better by both of them. Mainly Antonio. Again, bad. He stays too far up, and he doesn't stay close to your sword. You need to stay close to your sword. You're staying in a bad position again. Wasted your sword. Really bad play by Tolkin. And this is why GP tends to win this matchup a lot, because most Shens don't play it properly. You have W, stay close to your sword, you will be fine. You can tone in or fuck him. You can tone in right now. You should be toning in. You should be going. He didn't go. Again, he's too far away from his sword. He's actually playing his lane pretty badly, I'm not gonna lie. Wasted it. Oh, that actually worked because GP messed up. Poor GP. Stay close to your sword, buddy. You have your W still. Gangplank is almost out of mana, and he now wasted it again. He just took a free hit. Took a free hit from the barrel as well. Overall, I think Shen's actually looking to lose with the way he's playing. Wasted the W here. He didn't get the Q through, I believe, to get the empowered hits, but I'm not entirely sure if that happened. The lane's in a bad spot because he's really aggressive, and he needs to push this in as fast as possible. He doesn't have passive or anything, so right now he should step back. He shouldn't be taking a free Q. He might be looking to do that, but he shouldn't be. It's really interesting. I feel like both of these players are not playing this matchup properly, and it's very interesting to me. But yeah, Tolkien needs to keep pushing right now. Alright, now one reason why you always want to hard trade with the GP at all times, you really want to focus on hard trading. It's because when you're playing Shen as a GP, you need to stop GP from getting Sheen on his first back. If he gets Sheen on his first back, you're gonna lose. If you can pressure hard enough, which Tolkien did right now, he's actually really far up, then GP have to base before he gets his Sheen, and you're gonna be starting to win. I don't think they're looking for dive here. I mean, Evelyn's up here, there's nothing to do. I think Evelyn is just kind of walking up here for no reason. Tolkien should be basing. How much gold does he have? Let's check it out. He got 700. I mean, he can buy health on armor. That's probably what I'd do. Let's see what he buys. So you could also go for boots, something else. He went for health, and then he went for double regen, right? He went for the healing thing, and then he went for rejuvenate bead. Fair enough. I think that's okay too. It's faster towards his Tiamat, which is fine. Alright, let's see what he does. At this point, I would suggest that he doesn't push. GP still doesn't have his flash, and you don't need to push anymore. You should go trade right now. You should tone in and trade. I know he's behind in levels, but GP didn't have barrels and he was down on abilities, so you could have taken a trade there quickly. But Tolkien is playing very safely. The reason he's doing that is maybe because he's like, oh, maybe Karthus is top. Maybe I'm afraid of the jungler. I'm playing safe right now. I have flash. I can be safe. I'm not taking any damage. It's okay. Stay close to the sword toward W. Again, he didn't do it properly. Oof, he really needs to start doing that. Like, he's taking damage for free for no reason. The sword is really far away again. Okay, you got it close to him. But he's still in a bad position, right? Because now it's far away again and he doesn't have passive or anything. Taunts does damage. It's actually quite good. He gets a lot of damage in. That's an amazing trade. I can't believe that Antonio is taking all these trades. So close. He shouldn't be able to take those trades. Antonio should be putting down a barrel and just sitting down and chilling. Let's see what Shen does. You need to get your sword with you. Sword is the number one thing at all times. He's taunts. He goes with empowered. That's good. Empowered Qs. He's just going all in. Evelyn is chilling. I think she's killing a ward or something. Overall, tons of damage by Shen. Again, out trading all the time. He's actually playing really well. Antonio is trying to bait the Evelyn. Pretty greedy bait, but it worked, right? Evelyn had to use flash, went in, and didn't really get a kill. Massive win from Antonio here. And Tolkin lost a lot of health. He just needs to not die right now. And, I mean, Antonio does not respect Evelyn at all. He doesn't give a fuck, and now he dies. I actually think he won out really hard there until he decided to suicide, right? He avoided the gank. Evelyn wasted flash. Used a lot of time top. If he just backed then and said, you know what, I'm going to be behind, he'd have been fine. He was actually ahead there. Well, Nice is really far behind. Really, really far behind. Use his flash again. Shen should push in. You need to have good wave manipulation. Push in as fast as possible and get your base off. You could maybe go check for a pink ward if you want, but you don't have to. You don't want to go for tower damage though. Tower damage is bad. Just base. Okay. Now he comes back. What does he buy? I assume he bought one more ruby crystal. Let's see. He bought another ruby crystal. Yes. And then of course he bought a long sword because he wants to get his Titanic Hydra. But he did get the double ruby, which is suggested on Shen in general. Oh, he just TP'd mid. Wait, let's go back. Let's see what happened here. I was focused on talking. Interesting. This one thing, when you're walking back to lane as Shen, what you always want to do is look mid, look bot lane, generally with F keys if you can. You see that Kali goes all in, you should instant TP there, he does. And, oh, that's such a beautiful one from Zoe, that's really well done. He goes all in, almost gets the person, they get her, it's a 1-for-1, but they get an assist. So, I would actually say they win out here. And also there's more minions, which means that Kali's going to lose a lot of minions here. So, this was a pretty good play. And generally you want to do as many of these as possible, even if it doesn't look perfect. You don't have to go for perfect plays. This is good enough for it to be worth it. Now he's going to go top. I would suggest him just to walk, but he's TPing. I mean, it's fine. There's a lot of minions. Not a bad thing per se. I'd probably walk because I'd rather save my TP, but I completely understand. He's TP, and I don't think either one is necessarily better than the other. Just depends if you want to try and utilize the TP for bot lane play or not. So, really well done. Again, his map pressure has been amazing. His laning phase has actually been winning out against GP. I think he could utilize his passive shield more. Again, there he got a cute and got his passive up, right? If he had the passive, that is. He could also try to taunt away from that damage. One thing you generally want to do is you always want to Q or taunt to avoid damage as much as possible. Goes for a short trade, he needs to get out. He got 3 empowered hits, okay, impressive. GP gets his Q up, which means GP actually won on this trade. Takes a hit back. GP doesn't have enough barrels down. I don't understand what's going on with the GP, but he doesn't utilize his barrels enough. And that's why he's always losing these trades, because he doesn't utilize his barrels on passive, which gives Shen a much easier laning phase than he should be having. Alright, he's pushing a little bit too fast here. He should be slow pushing more. And now the reason why he's pushing too fast is because he could have had the wave down here. Now the wave is up here. Now it's very clear you can't really kill Gangplank and then you're sitting safe under his turret. And also, you're more risky to get ganked yourself in this position, so it's just a bad position to be in. He should hard shove this one in as hard as possible. He goes for a taunt to try and do some damage. That's okay. Missed it. That sucks, right? But it's okay. W's. Ooh, this is the first time I think I've seen that. He W'd a Q. Very good. I mean, that's what he should have been doing the whole time. Now he's going in. Everyone's coming. They're going in for the all-in. He goes early. This is bad. This is really, really bad. You should be going at the same time as Evelyn. They could probably have gotten a kill here. Instead, they almost both die. And oof, I mean, he does die. He does die to Akali because Akali came up, right? You cannot just go alone. Don't. If you're diving somebody, wait till both people are close, right? Like, if you just take this slowly, even with pauses and stuff, right? Let's actually explain this dive. Evelyn's here, you're here. You don't have taunt, you don't have Q. You shouldn't even be using your Q already. Using it right now is bad because you can get empowered when you have your taunt up. Then you walk in and you just auto attack him one time, taking tower echo. Evelyn is still not ready. Your taunt is not ready. And now the only thing you're contributing with is taunting away from the dive. You're not doing anything. You essentially just didn't do anything this dive because you misplayed it. You see this in all healers. It's really bad. And now he dies for it. I think they could have killed that GP. They would have had enough damage if they played it perfect. And, I mean, now they just die. Or they could have burned the GP ultimate and walked out. That would have worked too. But instead, they just die. They do manage to get maybe the GP kills, because GP is really greedy all the time. They do. 1-for-1. I mean, Evelyn getting kills, probably worth it. Alright, we don't really care about Zoe. Let's get the Shen back up alive. See what he does next. Should have his Jarmus Fist now. Oh, he doesn't even have that yet? Oh, wow. He got Tiamat, though. Interesting. Thought he would have both, but he doesn't. Okay, that's fair enough. This wave, you're gonna freeze it till GP comes. Maybe thin it out a little bit because GP is close by. He won out on minions, which is nice. But he's a little bit behind levels now because of these misplays that's been happening. Overall, it's pretty bad, right? He's tanking the wave here. I don't like what he's doing here. So, he's tanking the wave right up here instead of just letting it go to the tower and not take all this damage. He's tanking it. He's not using W to not take as much damage. And then he's instantly cleaning it, so he's not even freezing or anything. So he took all this damage for no reason when he could just walk backwards. He does get a ward out. Interesting. He got a pink ward out. That's fine. Now he's being really aggressive in position. He got sword up. That's a decent placement. I put it a little bit further up if you want to have it up, but it's decent. I think right now he needs to stay on top of the sword. Yep, took damage for free. Wasted his sword as well. It's very bad. Took more damage for free. It's very bad again. Oh man, Antonio missed that one. Antonio should have autoed and then hit the barrel. That way he should have done more. He keeps taking just free damage, free Qs, free everything. I wonder how many grass procs you have. I don't think I can see that. No, you can't see that in the replay, can you? Oh, you can. He got 23 grass procs. That's a lot. He decides to TP bot lane. I can't really tell if this is good TP or not. I mean, it didn't work, right? So it's a bad TP, but they do get the cartridge because so is smurfing. So that's kind of nice. I can't tell if this was bad or not. I feel like this is a really risky one. And the lane is pushed towards you, so you're going to lose a ton. Oh, well, this is really risky. I don't think it's worth it. This one I don't think it's worth it because they're using so many resources down for that one. Let's see. You got his Jones fist now. What Shen wants to do is, I think he should be freezing right now. And the reason I say that is GP is going to base anyways. No matter what he does, GP is just going to base. I mean, there's no way you stop that. Now, he's going to go down for a play on the jungle. Or a crab, potentially. I think he should have frozen because he could have denied GP a lot of minions. But if he gets a kill here, it's obviously worth it. He does with a flash, which is beautiful. Really, really nicely done. It was a more risky way to do it, but it worked out in his favor. So, overall, good stuff. This thing you can only do if he pushes like he did. If he throws like I would have wanted to do, then you would never be able to get this kill. So he actually won up by not doing what I would have wanted to do. Alright. I mean, again, I think he should freeze. He doesn't have ultimate. He have no reason to push or anything. Also, take him. Finger Muscular Prime. There's literally no reason to push at this point. What items does GP have? He got 24. So again, Shen should be losing every trade if GP plays well. I still don't like the pushing. I don't think GP should allow him to push like this either. Now, Shen gets a free base off because GP is allowing him to push so easy, which shouldn't have been possible. GP was stronger. And now Shen's just going to walk back with a Titanic Hydra because GP misplayed straight up. Okay. And he's going to probably shove it right now. He could shove it and go Herald maybe. That would actually be quite good. He will never be able to get Tower, but if he shove right here and go Herald, that would be quite nice. Going for Tower is a mistake. You will not have anything to do though. And as you can see, he walks up, wastes like 5 seconds. He goes down to get a pink ward. That's good. He could maybe get some deep vision into the jungle. He actually TPs away for bottom. See what happens here. TP in, gets kills. Okay. This is what you need to do, right? When you play Shen, it's all about the TP plays. I think if he had done what I wanted to do instantly instead of trying to actually push this turret, he would have been able to get this pink ward before TPing down. It's all about those small seconds. You can waste half a second and boom, now you didn't get a pink ward. Every single second counts, and you don't want to waste any seconds trying to go for a tower that you know you can't get anyways. It's really important. Okay, so considering the enemy Kali crit and the tower's down, I think we're ending this one right here. Overall, I still think he needs to work on his passive use and his sword use. I think he took a lot of damage by GP all the time. And if GP had played better, I actually think Tolkin would have lost his laning phase. The only reason he won was because he had really good TP plays. His ultimates were on point, good all the time, very nice aggressive plays, good map awareness, and the gank on Kartus and the enemy jungle was really good as well. So his map awareness was really fucking good, but his micro laning play, I think could have been better, and I think he should have done more now. The horrendous tower dive, not so good. The shields, the Ws, and those things could have been a lot better. But yeah, that's it for this one. See you guys next time.